I would bet you that everyone's favorite rock song uses this one technique. Without it, the genre would not exist as we know it today. Despite being such a small and simple technique, the impact is monumental. Bands like Black Sabbath, Green Day, the Foo Fighters, and Metallica are just a few of thousands of artists who have songs that are based entirely on this one technique. Today, we are going to be talking about the power chord. The only chord you will need to rock. Kinda. Alright, so this lesson is dedicated to you beginners out there who are wanting to get started with rockin'. And I want you to set a goal for yourself right now, and that is to learn how to play power chords. You're gonna need them when you're rockin'. This video is gonna show you exactly that, but what I want to throw in for you is a bonus scientifically based resource, which is my free motivational practice guide. This guide walks you through figuring out how to establish and achieve any musical goal in the fastest, most efficient way you can. Consistency is everything when it comes to learning a new skill. And this resource will give you exactly what you need to make sure you are practicing regularly. Download the resource by using the link in the description below, or you can find it at zacksharguitar.com. So since we're going to be doing a lot of rockin' today, I'm going to be playing my guitar through a distorted setting. I'm running my guitar through the ML SoundLab Amped Roots plugin, and I'm using the modern high gain setting. So for starters, we're going to go with the biggest and the baddest of the bunch, and that is the open E power chord. This chord can sound super heavy and open sounding if you just let it ring out. Or you can make it chug by palm muting with your picking hand by the bridge of your guitar. So like all other power chords, the open E power chord is constructed using a root note and what we call a fifth. The root being the starting point and the fifth being 5 scale degrees away from that root. In this case, our root, or our starting point, is the open E note. So that will be the lowest sounding and thickest string at the top part of your guitar when it's facing like it is facing you. The top being here, the bottom being here. And all you need to do for this big, bad sounding power chord is to take your index finger and put it on the 2nd fret of the A string, which is the string that sits just below the note we just played. So we have an E and a B. And when we put them together, we get this. And if you want to take this a step further and reach an octave, all you got to do is bar the 2nd fret of the D string. So with your index finger, you're going to play the 2nd fret of both the A and the D string at the same time. And to get a bigger, fuller sound, you put it all together with that open E. There are so many songs out there that use this exact chord, okay? For instance, the song Enter Sandman by Metallica uses this chord a ton throughout. So next we're going to be taking a look at the open A power chord, which looks very similar to the open E power chord, but it just sits one set of strings below it. The special thing about the open A power chord is that it brings out the older hard rock and heavy metal sound we often hear in like a lot of ACCDC songs, for example. So here's how to play it. Like I said, it looks exactly like the open E power chord, but it sits one set of strings below the open E power chord. So we're going to start with the open A string. And again, that's our starting point, so that would be our root. And then we'll just place our index finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. And that's an E note, so that will be our 5th. And when you put it all together, it sounds like this. And like I said, this is a common chord that we hear in a lot of ACDC songs. So here's a little number by ACDC, and let's see if you can guess the name of this tune. So what I'm going to show you now is the hand position that most people think of when they picture what a power chord looks like. And the reason being is because the finger position of your left hand is what appears most often across the fretboard when you're using power chords. You can literally use this position on any of the frets across the entire neck. And you can use them for most strings too, but since the guitar is tuned a little funny when it comes to that B string, I would advise that you focus playing on the E and A strings, the A and D strings, and the D and G strings. So we can play this shape anywhere, but I'm just gonna pick G for our starting point, okay? And again, our starting point is our root, and we're gonna play that G by using the 3rd fret of the E string, the low E string, okay? So you're gonna put your index finger right on that note. And from there, you're gonna take your pinky, get some pinky exercises in because you're gonna need them, okay? Lots of people talk about how their pinkies don't work, and I wanna set you up for success right out the gate by using your pinky with the common power chord. Even though some people use their ring finger, just try your pinky, okay, at least at first. So take your pinky and put it at the 5th fret of the A string, and that's going to be a D note. Another reason why you should use your pinky for that instead of your ring finger is because you make the universal symbol of rock and roll and heavy metal when you play this chord. Right? So when you put it all together, you get this big bad sounding chord. And an example of a song using this exact power chord, the G power chord, is the song Creeping Death, again by Metallica. While I strongly encourage everyone to explore everything they can about the guitar, the power chord is a great first step for beginners to focus their attention on because there are so many rockin' songs that use them. I guarantee you can find tons of your favorite songs that rely on power chords. So this unlocks many, many doors for you when trying to find new songs to learn. So once you lock them down, you can get creative and make up your own tunes that rely on nothing but power chords. The next step from here is to expand your knowledge of basic chords. I actually have a video that goes over 3 different simple chords that are great for beginners to learn. So feel free to check out that video. And don't forget to download that free scientifically based motivational practice guide. It'll help you with power chords, and it will help you reach all of your other musical goals in the fastest, most efficient way possible. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Zach with Zach Shar Guitar. We'll see you in the next one.